we talked about this yesterday in a Batrider draft. I do expect teams to try out mid Batrider, and man, a little bit surprising to me that undeterred, Kaban are going to go ahead. The Syndrome stack, yet another one, are going to go ahead and pick up the Lifestealer here. It's a hero that plays very well against the Batrider in the laning phase. As the game goes on, Bat can actually give him some problems.
Yeah, that's the thing. Usually pick it because it counters Bat in the lane, but after that you can run into issues, especially considering Secret already have 2 BKB piercing abilities.
Right.
The Morphling coming out next as well. Also functions perhaps as a little bit of a block pick in case Kaban do want to go for that lethal combo with the Soulbind. It
destroys the Lifestealer. Like, there's no way around it. Morph is everything that Nate struggles against, right? He's mobile, he's hard agi, hits really hard, multiple escape mechanisms. It's, against a low armor Lifestealer, it's great if you can get in on top of the Morph and infest bomb him and hard disable him. But again, this lineup of Kaban has precisely 2 hard disables total at this point. You've got Walrus Punch and you've got Snowball.
Yeah, that's a fair way of looking at it. I mean,
good luck getting a Phantom off on Morph.
It's true. And you look at this as well. You've picked the Lifestealer up against now 2 Agi cores, right? And the thing to highlight is not just Morphling's mobility. Luna is fast as all hell as well. So yes, Lifestealer did get this movement speed buff, but he's going to be heavily reliant on the surges coming up from the Darkseer to do anything.
Yeah, it's just a little bit surprising to see this from a Cinder and draft, right? This is sort of your 3 through 5 in this draft is very much from the previous patch. Darkseer, Tusk, Grimstroke is fine, but it's also an example of a combo that a lot of teams struggled with because you really want that synergy with the Grimstroke coming from your other support and your offlaner. And Tusk and Darkseer, as solid as they are at those positions, they don't have the kind of single target synergy with Soulbind that you'd love to see from like a Doom or a Beastmaster or a Lich. And now you pick a Lifestealer that's already, if not hard countered, very well dealt with via the core matchups on the other side. Yeah. I think you're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have trouble isolating this Lifestealer in lane against a Batrider, which is something that you want to do. And you're gonna have trouble. Lifestealer's not gonna feel as dangerous as he's supposed to when he comes online in the mid game.
It's also, you've picked this hero that is melee when you've already got Clockwork and a Tusk in the game. It's important to highlight that these type of heroes cause a lot of obstruction, right? It's the kind of classic fort that you have when you think of an Earthshaker, right? You've got the shards that will block people off, but then the cogs can also block roots off. So it delays the rate at which Lifestealer can enter the fight.
Yeah, no, it zones a fight off. It walls a fight off. And that is exactly right. And it's not something that Rage does anything to, right?
No.
Lifestealer's whole hero model is, okay, I can get around the fight. I don't have to worry about all of these stuns and solos and other zoning ability because I've got Rage. Well, you Rage on one side of the ice shards.
Oh my
yes. GG. Oh my lord.
I've been waiting so long and he's finally here. The Ursa pick coming out. I was wondering when a team was going to jump on this. I'm surprised that it's Secret, the first ones.
Well, with what is so far a single core Lifestealer draft, it's just disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
The one hero in the pool that Lifestealer absolutely cannot, no way, shape, or form stand toe to toe with is the Ursa, and it's just it's such a horrifying. A horrifying idea as the next player, that you finally managed to stick on somebody and it's going to be Lifestealer. It's going to be Ursa in these cogs. And again, Kaban at the very end pivoting toward a hero that is going to have some degree of mobility, but you are so light now on on hard disable against an Ursa. And this is the same theory. I love this as the natural evolution of how you use mid one. Mid one, after Nisha joined the team, has pivoted to more of this playmaking, space creating role. And you saw one of the best games of the tournament for him, if not the best, was the game that he's on Slark mid, where he can just roam around the map, just eating people's faces. And that's exactly what you're going to see from the Ursa.
And that's the thing, Ursa with the movement speed buff moves pretty speedy. Even if you hit him up the Shadow Strike, there's still a threat to 9 in this lane. And we kind of highlighted this in previous series where we saw Razors coming out and teams relying on the Razors, right? Is with Queen of Pain as well, it's this type of hero that once you kind of lose one engagement in that mid game, you kind of fall off hard. Especially against a lineup like this. Like, what is your target? You're going to be worried about being jumped all the time between the Clockwork and the Batrider. And if Ursa's anywhere in the neighborhood, you just die.
Yeah, that's the big thing, is you get stunned once and you are dead. And Clock is a serious threat to Quap because her blink animation is so long. You know, you get caught in Cog's battery assault. I mean, okay. You just kind of stand there looking pretty.
And let's not forget, this is a support Clock, so he can make those early rotations if need be to make those attempts on Queen of Pain's life. Not limited like you would be if you were trying to be a greedy corner lane. Run this. I wonder if they're going to actually try... Yeah, I think they're trying to dodge out and go with an aggressive tri-lane.
Well,
although that might be spot out.
To be fair, well, this is also what they like to do at Morphling anyway. They like to run the Nisha Morphling mid. I think Send will be ready for this. There's a lot of tape on it at this point.
Oh boy.
And
you know, to be fair, the secret support duo is super greedy. Obviously, Clock Luna, not something that you're going to see maybe ever again, or from any other team as a support duo. But you know, they are going to. You mentioned that Clock. This is a support Clock that he can afford those early rotations. Well, you know, some of them are going to have to work out because otherwise, he's going to fall behind in levels, and a support Clock that's behind in levels does feel rather useless.
Yeah, especially considering core Clocks in that mid-game tend to rush towards 4-stars half the time, right? So they can just hook shot in, cog trap someone, and then 4-star themselves out. It's not really a hero that often hangs around when he locks in a carry. Especially something like Lifestealer.
No, and you actively don't, right? You're actively doing damage to your team by doing that because you're giving Lifestealer something that he can just rage up and hit you in cogs and heal himself.
I think one decent thing for the Lifestealer is there are certain heroes here that you do get some benefits off. Of course, while mid one is tanky on this Ursa, it's not the hero you want to be leeching life off, considering what you get in return. This should work out pretty well. The Ursa against the Darks here is pretty formidable. The early Fury swipes aren't as effective, of course, especially with the nerfs after nerf to Fury swipes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting who blinks first kind of in this lane phase, because obviously Zai is just going to get nothing down here, which you're probably okay with. Dark's DK Phobos under threat from the get-go. I don't think they're going to dive this at level 1.
No, they don't really have anyone that can tank. I mean, you look on Poppy, he hasn't got a stout shield, so he's out there running for it. At the same time, you don't really want your Ursa to be the one tanking the tower. The interesting part is there's an early rotation towards mid here from Kaban. Knowing that Nisha is leveling the adaptive strike, this could work as well.
They kind of have to do this, right? Because you don't need 3 heroes in that bottom lane. And Nisha playing on low health.
Yep,
he's
Ice
in
Shots
trouble
come
here.
out. Get Fairy Fire up to try and stay alive. TP in from Poppy. Nope, they get played for first. Nisha stays alive as well. They don't manage to kill him off. It's actually going to heal up as well.
One saving grace is they get the Radiant Courier, but yeah, what a play.
I mean, you say that, yeah, you're getting the Courier, but at the same time, he's already got the Salve on him. He's already got the Tangos. He's not that friend. 9. Playing with Death here, Nisha.
We've seen this before.
They've got the adaptive strike as well. He'll blink away. They actually didn't throw it out. And while that's happening, actually, Batrider in the bot lane does go down. Skidder almost dies himself with 6 sticky napalm stacks.
It's just there's very little that you can do against against Lifestealer in that lane as the Batrider player. Yeah, and Nisha going to be morphed up salve. He's going to find a DD. Jesus Christ. Okay.
All right, you lose your courier, but you win the lane. It's all good. We know how this works. And it's only 140 damage if you get hit. At least 9 does have a salve and a way to get more out to him. They should offset the aggression until the courier's back up at least.
I mean, the one saving grace, right, is that you should not have to be trading right clicks with the Morphling as a Queen of Pain. Although the range on Status Strike means, damn, you better be careful, 9. That's
You have to get a little bit
scary.
close. I mean, you can already see the damage it's taken. You should just wait out the Shadow Strike and probably salve up this time around. At least after the creep wave.
Oh, man.
He's actually...
Wow, that was a great wave for 9. With the DD rune, the Morph on his tower, it runs out now, but he disrupts all 3 of those CS.
Meanwhile,
That
the bot
was
lane.
really, really good.
They're making an attempt on Desai's life here. He's in trouble. He has got the Firefly, but he's not throwing it out. He knows he's dead already. They did try and poppy it first, and well, they already had a full back plan once that failed.
Yeah, they see Puppy leave the lane for the pull, and they just immediately go on Zai. And again, there's just not... You know, obviously, you try not to die, but there's only so much that you can do.
Well, they've switched it up. They've actually brought mid 1 down here now. He has level 3, so the Fury Swipe's pretty lethal, but they're going to chase onto him. Mid 1 gets a little bit aggressive all alone, and he just TP'd out the lane. If he goes down, this is big. They'll be able to find
I'm really
him.
surprised that they made that rotation.
I'm really surprised he walked in that aggressively in the first place. I mean, you can make that rotation, sure, because, well, your Batrunner's either TPing out and potentially dying straight away, or what is the other option there, right? Like, you have to make that switch.
Yeah, typically you don't... I don't know. Typically what you try to do is you try to make that switch in time with one of the support rotations and try and at least get a little bit of kill threat when you enter that lane.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the thing. Puppy was pulling the wave, and you know, you get level 3, you get those 2 points of Fury Swipes. I understand where mid 1's coming from. This hero gets scary at that point, but you're playing a little bit overconfident considering your opponents have already started to level up and find kills this early on, and there's a tri lane.
Yeah, but I mean, when the dust settles, top 2 farmers on the board are both on the Kaban side of things. And they're feeling pretty good about this laning phase. And that's one of the big downsides of running Clockwork Luna as your 2 supports is that you might have scrimmed this once or twice, but you probably don't have a polished set of early game rotations with this particular combo.
You also run into the crux of this combo, the Clockwork plus the Ursa. It's not easy to get on top of them, right? Look at Clock's build. On 1 of the Barrier Assault, 1 the Rocket Flare. He barely has any mana to work with at any given time. And mid 1, he hasn't taken an early point nerf shock, right? He's gone for that kind of greedy, I'm going to farm and someone else can set up kills build. He'll finally put a point into it now, but I mean, you can't kill Biver. It's too hard. He's always got the ice shards to block you off is the problem.
Yeah, it's a little weird given that he knew that he was going to play in the side lanes, right? And that I don't think he expected his... Maybe in a tri lane where he's not going to be so focused on getting on kills, but again, that sounds weird even as I say it.
Yeah, just a tid. I mean, you can actually see where he's come from as well when you look and see that Yapsor is building that Vlad's, right? So you think you're going to have a setup for an early Roche opportunity. You want to be able to get in there as soon as possible. One of the biggest advantages of an Ursa pick.
Well, this was the genius, though, of the way that Secret ran that 4-position Luna against VP is it wasn't just that Yapsor had this aura and, oh man, that's OP and all the synergies. It was the fact that he was the frontliner in that strat. He rushed this early Vlad's and just stood in the front of those team fights, and VP kind of didn't know how to deal with it.
It's true. He bulked up decently at the same time. If he went down first, you're just a support and you've already done your work. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, they forced the mid 1 Ursa to TP out. Back to base. He did get level 5, but now he's got a long walk ahead of him. He didn't even finish off the phase boots.
Yeah, mid 1 commits again, and he's got to have a way to stand in lane against those 3 heroes.
Problem is, Puppy's not able to give him the solution right now. He may just end up jungling at this rate. Try again.
You know, we are within shouting distance of Secret. You know, it looked for a while like these lanes might go really badly against them.
Puppy, nice shot to block him in. But don't worry, mid one's moving across right now. It's going to turn around. Fiverr should be going down after they get the kill on the Clockwork. 1-for-1 trade as Yapsor rotates. They're looking on Cinder next as well. They're going to cut him off from escaping. They got the Earthshock at the ready. Yapsor's just going to slow him down.
Ultimate anime betrayal there. The first captain of Yapsor in the pro scene with Escape Gaming.
Well, you can't escape the speed car Luna, right? She's gonna betray, she's gonna block you in, she's gonna make sure her friendly bear is back in the neighborhood of winning. They do actually force the shrine usage out of Kaban in the meantime. But this is good, actually. With those extra stats on the Clockwork, especially if you run a tri-lane down there now, you've got the levels in the Ursa that he can just brutalize any target. 3 points in Fury Swipes is scary.
Yeah, it's looking more and more like Secret were just sort of treading water for the first few minutes.
Well, they're gonna be forced to fight now.
Looking for ways to just get levels on all their heroes, and now they are gonna have kill threat.
Mid one getting pretty low here. Tries to kite them out. He has got the stick to work with, but he holds it. Doesn't want to throw it out. Fiverr timed the snowball perfectly as the Phantom's Embrace came in. I feel like Puppey needs to be in this lane right now. If you go into a 3-on-3 engagement like that, they actually have the advantage now. But every time they get caught, it's one support around about where Ursa is, and the other one off somewhere else. There you go.
And Kaban is going to be able to contest the stack over here. Puppey's very nice use of Rocket Flare there to disrupt the pull.
One moving in. Got the phase boost now, so it's getting pretty scary. There's the ice shards. This is the thing. This is always the reset, the disarm for the fight that Fiverr does have available to him. They're actually TPing top. They say screw this lane. We might occasionally kill him, but this is too scary.
Meanwhile, Nisha's got another DD rune mid, man fighting the Queen of Pain.
Oh yeah, he moves in. He turned into the Queen of Pain. He's going to move in. The Adapter Strike's going to come out. It's not enough though. The Fairy File keep 9 alive. He's got the Sonic Wave to work with, so Nisha has to bulk up at any given time. Yeah. And while that's happening, okay, Zai actually gets caught out. It looked like he might escape over the tree line. Too little, too late.
Now, but that's a good example of what I was saying earlier, that if you've got to swap lanes, do it in a coordinated way so that you have kill threat when you enter that lane. That's just it's so huge because you're giving up time, you're giving up resources when you're lane swapping by definition. And so you do something to offset that. Even if it doesn't get a kill, you make the other team move back, get off a creep wave, something to offset that resource disadvantage. Meanwhile, Cinderin probably going to die here. He tries for trying to get that bounty rune.
Yeah, he tried to give his life for it. It's not quite going to work out, and they'll be able to give the kill over to mid one. Didn't get the rune, gives over his life, and I believe that should be 2 apiece. Yeah. Wait, no. It's not. It's the deceptive bottling again. Yeah, it's 2 apiece.
Yes.
I always have to double check. It's always the bottle piece that catches you out. Looks like Alice is going for the diffuser bit as well. I actually like this.
Yes, I do too. I was just going to comment on that. I think it's 100% the right item choice for this game. And again, you know, remember mid one's role. Mid one is not the hard farmer anymore on this team. That's going to be Nisha. It's on him to create space. And I think with that build, there's going to be plenty of it.
Absolutely. I think there's like 2 good ways that you can approach us at the moment. If you're going to be the farming core and you want to try and keep up, it feels like Maelstrom's the go-to item. Kind of get you there. It sounds kind of crazy at first, right? But like the Javelin procs as well allow you to keep kill aggression.
Oh, sure. I just think farming Ursa is...
It's hard to justify, yeah.
Inferior, right? I always want my... If I'm picking Ursa, I'm picking Ursa to hit heroes, not creeps.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I like the Javelin, because then you can finish off a Maelstrom, and it gives you that kind of mid-ground. That extra damage from the Javelin procs can easily enable kills. It's still a bit weird, but like the alternatives you have is usually you can rush a Blink, although this hero is so fast now, it kind of feels wasted to an extent, if you get what I mean. You'd rather get something like a Yasha and Sanji and just run at people constantly. Because you have the means to do so now. I mean, look at his movement speed. When he phases up to 450, you stick a Yasha on top of that, you're almost capped out.
Smoke rotation coming in from the 2 Kaban supports here to the bottom lane.
Zai
gets snipped out, and Zai's already so deep in.
Just before the surge can come out. The Eclipse was popped, and now the snowball across on the Yapsor. They want to punish him. Mid one trying to move away, gets low, and Rage comes out before he tanks the Scream. And now he needs to get the hell out of dodge. They've got the Sonic Wave available. They're going to chase forward looking for him. Nisha does arrive. Sonic Wave through, pushes back mid one. He's got the big wand. He stays alive, finally goes down. Nisha Ooh, look to clean up 9, but the Blink's coming off cooldown. He can't do it. He'll turn around, look for Cinder instead. Soulbind goes down to 2. They have got the Warrior Sponge to work with. No, it's actually on cooldown. Snowball, of course, doesn't hit onto multiple targets, so now Biber might be in trouble. Should be a Blink forward. They almost got the kill. 9 just about blinks away. Niche is going to keep on hunting. Waveforms forward onto Biber under the tier 2 tower. But he can't finish off the job either, so he has to back away.
Get out of there. Yeah, one of the things I was going to point out is, as badly as this laning phase looks like it's gone against Secret, you know, you look at the middle tier 1 tower, it's about at 50% health. That bottom tier 1 tower was at 50% health before that rotation, which is why it went down there in that fight. And so you're likely going to have a tower advantage here, and you've given up your top tier 1 as Radiant, which is the most useless tower on the map.
For Kaban, while they are looking pretty comfortable, they kind of have to be. And the gold is where it needs to be, right? On Skidder. The problem is, it's on him because he went for this greedy Midas build. So it has to pay off. You have to buy more time as 9 in this game.
Which is really awkward considering the timing of the Ursa's power curve. To clean that up a little bit, technically speaking, it's the dire bottom tier 1 that would be the most useless tower on the map, but it's pretty close.
They're pretty equal, yeah. I mean, the thing about the top tier 1 is it's closer to the Roche pit. That's the argument. Mid 1,
exactly.
TPing away. They smoked up. They were looking for a kill here. They might be able to find Zai, though. He's going to cut the trees and move out. Bat needed a poop. He's got the boost of travel. He's not that poor.
Wow, yeah.
By the way, mid 1 did go for the Midas play. So he's matching what the Lifestealer is doing.
Midas Ursa. Oh, I don't know. Zai's going to get found here.
Yeah, that's greedy. He was hanging around looking for the creep wave, and as a result, he will fall. I mean, sure, you waste the time, but at the same time, you're not that bad up. You got your boost of travel online. You got a decent amount of gold. Interesting play.
Yeah. This Lifestealer, though, I mean, he's going to have Midas Radiance at a pretty damn good timing. He's headed toward 15 minutes Midas Relic. That ain't bad.
Him on the land of mid 1. What's he going for? He actually is going for the Blink Dagger. He should have it around about the same time as the Relic comes up. So maybe you then look to make some aggressive plays, but still, you're going to need someone to enable you to kill off this Lifestealer.
Yeah, I feel like this Midas choice by mid 1 may very well come back to bite them. This Lifestealer is going to be massive.
Die. I think I get last two out. War's Punch interrupts, but the Queen of Pain's already down with the Enrage being used by the Earth. They'll turn around for kill the Piper, but instead Snowball across on the Skidder. Buyback comes out from the Queen of Pain. She has got the Sonic Wave. Luna's zoning everyone else out. Guards do block off mid 1. He's already used the Enrage, and they know this. But they can't catch him. Ursa's just a little bit too fast.
I mean, that is pretty big economic damage there, forcing the buyback out of the Queen of Pain. Just completely setting her back off of her first item mules.
And it wasn't exactly a mistake for 9 to buy back like that. If he didn't, his team gets aggressed. They just keep getting pushed. That's a choke point for a good Sonic Wave. The sad part is well played by Secret to get that out of him.
Yeah, it's a super easy decision, right? When you see that buyback, you feel pretty good about what you've already done.
And Sai, they're going to try and get some value out of this buyback, so they try and hunt him. Vacuum doesn't get him on the high ground, but the Snowball through will connect. They've got the Centaur to follow up the stun with the War's Punch in the air. The Bat Rider will fall. Took 4 heroes to make it happen, though. Well, yeah, 4.5 if you include the Centaur.
5 deaths in the first 16 minutes. Not something that you ordinarily see from him, but his role in this game, I don't know that there was a way to too many of them.
Nisha? Alright, he almost got baited in further there by his own support, just zapping down with the Lucent Beam.
What's crazy about this 4 position Luna that you saw in that bottom lane engagement is that his eclipses from the 4 position feel so impactful.
I mean, yeah, it's the max Lucent Beam build, right? The issue that Lunas have at the moment we see is they maybe put 1 point in Lucent Beam and max out the Moonglaives and Lunar Blessing.
8-1-4-4. I mean, I understand it. I understand maxing Lunar Blessing, certainly. But 1-4-4 just seems... Oh, Nisha gets waved and does not care.
Oh, he's absolutely fine. It's going to be a blink away, but it's too late. They blink forward after 9. They'll clap him down as mid 1 does get the kill.
What are you doing there, 9? Come on, man.
He's feeling greedy. That's what he's doing. Pays the price for it as well. Nisha refuses to fall. And you might actually see him move soon towards the Roche pit by Secret. There it is. The blink forward. Mid 1's going to walk in. No enrage, but you shouldn't need it.
Yeah, you do have an Ursa. And this is, you see more and more teams doing this. It's an obvious thing, but for people new to Dota, the sort of defensive smoke in the river on the roach pit, it just makes it so that YapzOr doesn't need vision from the high ground to detect a hero rotation coming in.
And well, the Centaur tried to help Kaban out. Instead, they get the Aegis, they even get the Helmet Dominator creep. Is that the second or the third one we've seen fed across by Phobos now? It's getting a little bit bad. Poppy in the bot lane. Does TP into a trap and triggers it.
Oh, of course,
still around. YapzOr and Nisha are here as well. They want to fight. Gonna use the soul bind, but Nisha standing his ground against it. Skinner needs to move away. There's the Eclipse coming through. Sinlin taking a lot of damage. Will go down to half HP. They try and infest bomb out, but it's too late. They're gonna lose Skidder. Now they need to get everyone else out. DK Phobos gonna surge away, but Syndrome won't be so lucky. Viva has been slowed down. Nisha in waiting, proving he's the real lifestealer in this game as he just commits grand theft on the lives of Kaban.
Man, out of nowhere, Secret managed to bring just enough heroes to turn that around. And honestly, almost whatever else happens in that engagement, the lifestealer going down just feels like a huge win, right? Because that's his Radiance. He does manage to buy it even after he dies. He's got the gold.
Sure, but now he's dead. Midas off cooldown as well. And the gold swings that occur, and you look at mid one, he's caught up to the lifestealer.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, to absolutely nobody's surprise, mid one knows Dota a hell of a lot better than I do, and the Midas build is paying dividends. He has managed to keep pace with this lifestealer. All of a sudden, Nisha is right back in the farm game, you know, with this mana style already online, and Secret is just looking so firmly in the driver's seat. This is a game that this is a 6K net worth turnaround in the last 4 minutes.
Absolutely huge. And the thing you've got to consider about this gold intake is what these different heroes do with it. Oh. Yeah, he's got the Basher, of course.
Son of a...
Good old Midas. But this is the thing. Think about this, right? You've got Lifestealer building Midas. You've got Ursa building Midas. And while you're like, okay, I want my Ursa to be fighting, you then think, if he keeps equal footing in terms of gold, who gets more value? You've got a Radiance Lifestealer. Yeah. That's not going to be that active in a fight. It's going to cause some misses. But you're now up against a Blink and a Basher at the same net worth.
Well, absolutely, and I think that is true of Ursa in general. He is a hero that if he is even near net worth parity, boom, 9, he almost just solo kills him.
9 is lucky he didn't get bashed there.
Near net worth parity with other cores. Like, he is one of the most efficient users of gold in the game, as long as his lineup has a control advantage.
True. They got a preview of what's coming because the Basher did not proc on the Queen of Pain that time, but 9 could very easily die if it goes once. Poppy for the hook shot there.
Hook shot there, but that's totally fine. You really, again, it's almost like a discount factor that you have to apply to heroes like Lifestealer and Ursa's net worth. If their team has a lockdown disadvantage, these heroes, it cannot matter how farmed they get. You know, they're not going to be able to do what they need to do in fights.
Oh, Sind. Well, he done his job. He dewarded. Bonus entry now by, but bonus kill found. Yeah, shots didn't work how he intended. There's already a chase going on. Zai is looking towards Skidder. But he's going to be slowed up by the open wounds. There's going to be a pushback coming out. Perfectly timed by Zai. You can get close enough for the last two and drag back. Says mid one, eat up.
The bash for good measure there. You know, he can't even ridge TP out, right? Because Zai's got lasso up. Exactly. That's one of the things, again, it doesn't, in this kind of a game, it doesn't matter how hard you counter the lifestealer in the laning phase.
9's in trouble. Zai TP top without the lasso, still scares the crap out of him. 9 is going to get low. Morphling's on the way in as well. Nisha wants to snipe this out. Zai's going to linger around, starts hitting into him. He's going to try and force him to blink away defensively. There it is. Nisha makes the move. Waveform through. He's on the hunt. He looks the wrong way, though. The wall does go down as well. They locked him in. 9 just about gets out. The hook shot, though. Oh, Puppy catches him here. The snowball's going to come out. Locks him in place. He didn't have enough mana for the cogs. Now Soulbind going down the other side of the fight, but it's only to try and defend himself as mid one does claim ahead. And Nisha on the other side does manage to find the Darks here. DK Phobos hanging around a little bit too long there. You keep 9 alive, but you still give over 2 kills for 1.
Yeah, they had Cinder and Split kind of over the left side of that fight, and so he wasn't really able to combo with anybody. Zai just going through the throat, going for the throat, buying a gem. I don't see how Kaban are going to sustain against this aggression on the Secret on their side of the map.
Well, they have to let them have the tower. They'll probably rotate towards the mid next as well. They've still got the Aegis for about another minute. They can easily take another tower in that time.
Yeah, you start looking, and I'm a little 50-50 on this. This may just be hindsight being 2020, but you look at the Midas Radiance build on Skeeter, and you wonder, may that have just been a little bit too greedy?
I mean, it seemed smart at the time. You were crushing the lanes. For all intents and purposes.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know that you can really criticize that.
All right, just tanky enough. They're going to try and punish us if we're running in, but they can't. The waveform through. Oh, Nisha. Gotta be careful. Manta's out. The silence will be fine. Gets the kill on the Synderen, and they're on the high ground. This tower is not long for this world either. Oh, two life stealers going at it right now, and the real one losing. Lasso's going to come out. They grab one to 9. They're going to run him straight through and kill him off. The vacuum only connecting 1. The Eclipse owning them out, but Biver getting super low will fall. Buyback comes out. Skinner, the hook shot for Puppy. Catching him out and pushing him back with the cogs. The Searchers try and make him escape. We'll just about get him out. Puppy trying to escape. The snowball coming through. They want to punish him here. They've got the Wars Punch to lock him in place. They will get him with the infest. They force him out of the base, but at what cost? A lot of gold. That's one. They go back in. Mid one. Oh, they get some bash. Skinner. It's going to go down. 50 seconds on the sideline. That's the big pickoff they need. Back into the base they go. Now, they don't have to leave.
Sort of felt that.
Well, it is huge because there's no buyback.
Exactly.
They know it because of his item pickups.
Secret were just looking for that one pickoff. They don't want to leave that base.
Not without taking a souvenir first. There'll be the crumbling remains of the racks in the top lane. As Kaban are now 1 lane down, protected still by their tier 2s in the other lanes.
Is that like a moon rock? You carry home a piece of the rock in your pocket?
Just fond memories. No, because when you do that after going to the moon, it's because you never think you're going back again. Secret have every intention of returning to that base soon.
I mean, how good is Yapsar? Look at this shit. It's AK net worth on a support at 25 minutes on this Luna. I mean, he had a lot of lane farm, but again, he got that lane farm because Zai was farming the secondary jungle.
That's true. And now you don't even have to be at the fight, right? Once you got that clips off cooldown, you're just split pushing. You pop on one of your teammates in the fight. Suddenly Cabana are in trouble because that's your biggest contribution. Yes, the Lunar Blessing's good, but at this stage in the game, it's all about your ultimate.
Yeah, and just kind of a desperation smoke rotation, half bait, half trap.
What can you do with it?
Not gonna bite.
That's the thing. Even if you find someone, you're next to the shrine, and unless it's one that supports, I don't know if you can kill anyone else. And you think about it, Nisha has escape plans. Batrider moves particularly fast. If he sees you coming, he's going to blink out anyway. And then there's mid one with the Enrage, who can buy enough time for his teammates to arrive.
And meanwhile, after all this has happened, Skeeter sort of...
Speaking of mid one, he goes in with the Enrage. The hook shot through. Lifesteal's been found. He can rage up, try and run away. The Soulbind locks him in place, and now they can't. They're going to turn around, but there's the use of the lasso onto the Queen of Pain. Won't get her low enough. Nisha standing up against all of this. And there's the Eclipse coming through. The bombardment. Biver going to get low. The Yules are going to come out from the Queen of Pain, but look at this. When she comes down, she might be in a little bit of trouble. The puppy paws again.
Yapsar is just, so good that he crashes his teammate out of the game. This one is just about in the books at 16K net worth and Elena racks up. And Skeeter, I don't know if you said Skeeter or Scatter. Sorry about that, chat, or Skitter or whatever.
Skitter.
Skitter's fine. After all this happened, I think it's not kind of fair to second guess the Midas Radiance because again, you are right, they were super ahead. But after all this happened, still persisting and going into that Manta style as the next item, that I think is a mistake.
It's also when you look at it from the perspective of what these different heroes do and what covers them in the event that something goes wrong, right? Like you look at the lineup of Secret. It's not about the Ursa as much as it was about Nisha, we said, right? Like the Morphin's going to get farmed, is going to be dangerous in the late game. The Ursa is a very easy to execute mid-game bridge, right? And if it kicks off, it takes control of the entire game. If it doesn't, you've got a fallback plan.
Well, and exactly. That's the thing that I really like about Ursa, and it's the thing that we saw starting a couple years ago. I think it was that Star Ladder tournament right before TI6 where you started seeing a lot of Ursa mid. That was like the beginning of the Salve mid meta, where you saw like Ursa against Invoker mid, where he would buy and use like 4 salves in that lane. And one of the things you saw is that Ursa is, provided you have lockdown on your team, Ursa is always going to be able to do his job. He is always going to have that hero damage threat. He's always going to be able to be a threat to get in there and stick and kill a stunned target. And that's something that I don't think people talk about enough about drafts on panels is robustness. The idea that you have a draft that can function even if the game state goes against you. I mean, I still believe that is how Liquid won TI7, is that they had these drafts where they were never really out of games. There was always a way for them to come back. There was always a win condition.
Indeed, let's see if they can win this fight. We're ready to get underway. They're looking pretty hot right now. Piper's going to go down, and they're waiting for a new target. 9 will blink away, but they can pursue. Nisha moving forward with the rage to make sure. Oh, no, the root coming out. Synderen. Oh. The neutrals joined in, and it worked against Kaban.
Come on. That's when Ice Frog just doesn't like you.
No one likes that creep.
Look at Secret's movement there. It's a little thing, but you know, there's absolutely no hesitation in the shot call. No, we're not going to chase. We're going to go right over that tier 2 mid tower. Mid 1 and Zai playing forward, guaranteeing that there can be no initiation. You know, they're so far ahead, obviously, but you watch the way they play, and they're just so polished.
Yep, now they're in the base again. They force Skidder to come back to defend. They do force the glyph. They might back off. Puppy had already gone bot to just push this lane out. So they'll probably just divert towards the jungle, wait for the creep wave to come in and take that tier 2. Along with the shrine. And of course, Yapsor is going for the refresher next. What else is there you need?
It's Yapsor, dude. Of course.
I think out of all the supports I ever watched, Yapsor's the one who most consistently picks up refresher on heroes.
I mean, name a big item, and that statement is still probably true. He gets a lot of farm from the support position, but again, you know, there's a reason they let Michael Jordan take a lot of shots.
Synderen?
Okay.
Where'd he go? Mid 1. He went in as well. 9 is going to be able to blink away, but the last 2 out, they bait them in. They were going for Skid. He was the real target. Now the bash coming out of Piper as well. The buyback comes out from Lifestealer, but you have no shrine to TP to. They already got rid of those. They're going to move forward. Zai hunting for more. They'll see DK Phobos. He's in trouble. They're blinking in. So still on cooldown for a few seconds. 9 will be able to blink away, but the GG does come out. Game 1 goes the way of Secret.
Oh, man. I tell you, this is just... What world are we living in that Secret is playing online qualifiers a week after winning a major? It's just kind of... Why?
One where I can be entertained, that's for sure.
Sure, I'll take it, man. I mean, believe me, any opportunity to watch this 5-man squad play Dota, I will absolutely take it. But it just feels a little weird, and it feels like it adds a lot of randomness to the regional qualifiers because, you know, unfortunately, somebody's got to be in their group, and Kaban, the unlucky recipients of that honor today.
Well, that does mean they're 1 game up. They have got to play a lot of games yet in this qualifier, but first of all, we need to decide the outcome of this series. So we're going to go to a short break, then come back for game 2 between Secret and Kaban. Let's see if Synderen has something up his sleeve, or if the confusing and not 100% sure which hero is doing what strategies of Secret pay off.
Yeah. Should I spoil it for him? No.
No, you got to keep it interesting. You're unbiased now.